How's it going, everybody? Doing a gum chewing, whispering what I've been watching vid here today. I haven't done one in a little bit, I think. I'm watching some stuff right now, mostly shows I haven't really watched. I'm trying to think of the last movie I watched. I think I talked about that movie, The Lost City, with Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock. What else was there? I don't know. There's been more TV. Shows on streaming services. One actually is on TV, but I figured it kind of a mellower video to make. I am not feeling great. My body is fucking drained out. I got a headache right now, so I want to get videos up. So I'm kind of trying to keep the flow going here. I'm going to be filming another video. I'm off today. I got to work Thursday and Friday. So this will go up today, and then I want to do a video for tomorrow. I'll film that today because it's an eating video, so it involves lunch. So that'll be easy enough to do, and I might try to film a third one. I'm not sure yet. Want to keep the roll going. I'm closing in on 9K subs, so that's really exciting. I think I have. Let me check real quick on the old phone. I think I have 8916 is what I have. So I'm getting close. Real quickly, though, too, I want to say thank you to, I might say this wrong, Call Lango, for the super chat. Super thanks. I don't say super chat. I think it's Call. It might be Call. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you very much for that. I just wanted to say a quick thank you there to them. And as for what I've been watching, we're still watching Holy Moley. It's the mini golf / kind of wipeout show on ABC. It's funny. It's got Joe Tessitore and Rob Riggle as the host, and they have a good kind of corny-ish humor that I can appreciate. It's a fun show. Steph Curry's involved with it. He's been since the beginning as well. We've watched it since the beginning. I think this is the 4th season. It's good. They have all these crazy mini golf holes, and they have to do like pretty much almost impossible obstacles. Some people do get past them, but most don't. It was on last night we watched it. It was another one. Each winner goes ahead and they get the golden putter and a green jacket. And then they play in the final episode. All the winners of each episode play in the final episode for a chance to win like a $250,000 or something. The first season, I just think each winner each time got like money. I don't know how much it was, but they changed up the format. But that's a pretty fun show for sure. I would check it out if you're just kind of into lighthearted, wipeout-ish, kind of corny humor. Fun kind of just, humor, over the top people. The people that get on there, of course, a lot of them are very unique, but also, just very crazy outfits, and their personalities are very unique, and it fits the show. A lot of good personalities, I should say, on the show for the contestants. But yeah, I've been watching that. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I watched the 4th episode today. They air on Wednesday. I was going to review 3, but I'm going to talk about 3 and 4 now briefly. Kind of little mini reviews. There will be spoilers coming up here and on the next thing as well. So if you don't want to continue to watch, stop here. But spoilers for episode 3 of Obi-Wan were, yes, Obi-Wan meets Vader in this episode. It was a point of fucking interest for everyone going in. Some people hated it, some people loved it. I enjoyed it. I enjoy this show. Now, the funny thing I thought about this was if you go back to A New Hope when Obi, like, because people are like, you know, the controversial topic or whatever the speaking point is, or I should say the topic of interest is, he never, like, did he ever meet up with him again before A New Hope, or didn't he? Now, for me, he would at least have to know. I would think, yes, he would have seen him at least once, maybe not necessarily fought him, but because in New Hope, when he sees Vader, he doesn't even react to the fact that he's in a fucking suit. Like he's a robot now from when he last saw him, pretty much. He's not like, holy shit, what have you become? Pretty much what he says in this episode. He says, what have you become? And Vader says, you know, I am what you made me, or whatever. But, you know, he doesn't react in A New Hope. So that, to me, would, if I'm in my own mind trying to fill the gaps in here, because nothing's been made on this period of time, right? I would say they probably would have met up, or at least encountered each other. Maybe not fought, but at least encountered each other. But I like this because this fight was intense. Like, this is the Vader you want to see, regardless if you don't agree with them meeting and shit. This is a Vader you really want to fucking see, man. He is fucking... Comes down, they find out they're on, like, a planet. They're trying to escape through this, like, rebel kind of, and Jedi little secret tunnel. They meet up with a woman who's disguised as an Imperial. She's a spy for the rebels. And, they go there, and then the third sister and the other Inquisitors come. And then Vader's there as well, and Vader comes out, and he's force pulling people out of their house. He's fucking breaking fucking, like, teenagers' necks. He's fucking, he's just fucking, like, I want Obi-Wan, he's here. He's pretty much trying to lure Obi-Wan out. There's a cute, cool loader droid, too, in this one. This one actually had the fight, too, with the, Obi-Wan takes out, like, 5 or 6 stormtroopers. They get picked up, him and Leia, by this dude. And they stop at a checkpoint. And Obi-Wan's busting out the blaster. A stormtrooper gets cut in half by the laser beam kind of checkpoint. He says hello here in this episode, in the 4th episode, but no, he doesn't have the there in this one. They must be saving it. But then he meets Vader, and he's fucking like, holy shit. Like, he sees me, he says, what has he become? And he's pretty much running this whole fight. Like, Vader is menacing as fuck. This is evil right here. And people are like, oh, Obi-Wan looked like a wuss. It's like, this dude hasn't done anything with the Force, pretty much. Except the thing with Leia. In years, he's so out of touch with the fucking Force. And out of tune with that shit. If he somehow even competed in this fight, it would have fucking made Vader look like a fucking clown. Vader's at the peak of his powers pretty much at this point. All the complete opposite. Vader's probably just mastering his Sith powers and his Force powers for 10 fucking years, doing nothing but that. While Obi-Wan's been living in the desert, doing absolutely nothing Force related for 10 years. Can't even contact Qui-Gon, so he pretty much is just, blocks a few shots with his lightsaber, books it, trying to fucking kind of lure him away maybe from Leia, and eventually fucking Vader. And you can consider this maybe a little cheesy. He causes fire, and then he has Obi-Wan up, and he burns him like he burned him. He says, you're going to feel what you felt, Doesn't take him out. Now, that could be, obviously, it is a mistake. They can't take him out because he doesn't die here, but kind of like, because he's like, you should have killed me when you had the chance. That's what he says to Obi-Wan. But the facials and the acting here was great. The music was a little weaker, but not bad. I overall actually like the music in the show, but they could have did a little better with that, but whatever. It's a fairly quick battle. It's just Vader walking towards him, very menacing. Not fucking around. He's at his fucking peak here, And Obi-Wan's fucking... He's not on point, dude. If he was fucking practicing the Force for 10 years, he'd have a sick battle. Now, I think they meet again, and if I had to guess, they fight again to a draw. But like I said, you can't... Obi-Wan just blocked a few shots, and that's probably because Vader was just fucking with him. Vader even says, he's like, I want you to suffer. That will be his mistake, not fucking getting rid of him, obviously, as you see what happens later on in the movies and stuff. I liked it, though, honestly, and then once again, the Inquisitors don't bother me. I knew they were in Rebels, the show Rebels. I don't know a lot of the stuff from some of the shows. I like most everything. I see from Star Wars. I've not seen The Last Jedi. I've seen enough of it to know I probably wouldn't be into it. And I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker. I really liked Force Awakens. I like Rogue One. I liked Solo quite a bit as well. I haven't seen much of The Mandalorian either. Book of Boba Fett. I guess there's shows I haven't seen, but I've seen some of the Clone Wars, not a lot of the show. But I don't... As long as people are not, like... You can't go back to a couple lines that are said, you know. Who knows? They meet up again, and Obi-Wan's back to fucking being the master, and all of a sudden Vader's like, fuck, I still have more to learn. That's why he says the line where I was the learner, now I'm the master, whatever the fuck he said. I don't put enough into that because that's what's gonna happen when you fucking start. The whole franchise started when shit was already established, so the only way to do it is to go back. Now, I enjoy the prequels. I liked them when I saw them. I was like 22. No, I'm sorry, I was 20. When I saw, or 19, then I was started again when I was 20. When I saw episode 1, and I enjoyed it. You know, I was too young. I wasn't born when the first one came out. I was like a year old when the second one came out. And I was 4 when Return of the Jedi came out. I saw them afterwards on TV in like the 80s. Sometime in probably the mid-80s. Actually, maybe a little after that. I probably actually saw Return of the Jedi for, whatever. Because I had the toys. I have pictures of me when I was like 4 or 5 years old, opening up fucking the Ewok village and screaming at myself, don't open that, leave it sealed, it'll be worth money. Sorry, anyway. It's so hard to line up. Now, of course, Lucas made fuck-ups with the prequels. I mean, I love the prequels. Some of the fucking dialogue is awful, but... And some of the shit like, oh, Anakin made C-3PO fucking dumb. He just wanted to put in fucking characters that were in the existing ones. Boba Fett pops up as Jango, it's the clone. Oh, he made a clone for himself that doesn't ages in all places. There was shit there that was fucking dumb. And because Lucas already had the fucking original prequels to go by, he made them. He still managed to fuck it up in parts. R2-D2 didn't need to fucking be in the prequels. Needed C-3PO. Did I mind it? Not much, but they didn't need to be there. And Chewbacca showed up, and that didn't bother me because that at least made sense because they were on Kashyyyk, their own planet at a point, so that made sense at least. But anyway, I'm rambling about that. And then this new episode today was very short. The one gripe I have about this show is that the episodes, in my opinion, are too short. They should have all been pushing at least an hour. Because I want more of it. I like it. I enjoy it. I know people aren't going to like it. That's fine, not liking it. But just going nuts on and on about it. It's like, you don't like it, just fuck it. Don't watch it anymore. I did the same. I heard a lot about Last Jedi. Watched some scenes. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be into this. I'm taking a back seat. That's just how I am. The only thing I'm super passionate about is like Silent Hill, and even and Silent Hill's actually they're making some new ones that hopefully are good, but Silent Hill's been dragged through the mud over the years after Team Silent fucking was done with it. And I still like some of the Silent Hills after that, but I'm never gonna say someone shouldn't be passionate and they shouldn't be upset if they don't like the way something turns out. But you can't just harp on it forever because you know what, it's done. And then now Star Wars has so much goddamn shit. It's almost ridiculous. Anyway, the 4th episode is too short, but Leia's been captured also. And Obi-Wan's burned now, and he goes over there and helps out, and they escape. Short episode, he actually uses his lightsaber a bit in this one. He's getting a little bit of action back. Still ain't fucking handling Vader at this point. Vader does appear in this episode again, chokes out the 3rd sister, but then she's like reveals, because they escape, obviously, they reveal that, you see some snow speeders in this one. Whatever the fuck those ships are called on Hoth. But she's like, she actually rigged Leia's little droid, so now it's a tracking device. That was kind of cool. I don't mind those characters. And like I said, I'm not like a big on the Inquisitors. I don't know their fucking full backstories. I've seen some episodes of Rebels about Ezra Bridger and Sabine Wren and stuff. But I don't know, it's like you can pick and choose what you like. Like I always thought it was kind of dumb that Darth Maul survived. Like gets cut in half, falls down a pit, somehow used some powers, and he was found by his brother and dumped. He was like eating garbage. I didn't mind it that much, but I'm also like, that I saw when Obi-Wan takes out Darth Maul in that Rebels episode in like 3 seconds. So clearly his power's back at that point. So that would have to take place after this. Like I said, it's all over the fucking place. They added so much. It's like Marvel. There's so much. This is almost too much in my opinion. That's not counting all the fucking games now. I understand why people are passionate though, but it's like you can't let yourself get too worked up, man. Not everything's gonna work out the way you want it to, and that sucks, but Plus is there's so much fucking Star Wars shit, there's gonna be something for you to like. The 4th episode goes and he does some shit. It's way too short. It's like under 40 minutes, and that's, in my opinion, it's way too fucking short. Was Obi-Wan doing this in my mind between episode 3 and episode 4? Probably not. I enjoy it. If I'm gonna be honest, what I would have wanted out of this show would have been if I could see him maybe leaving the planet at a point, right? Sure. He jets for a quick, comes back. Of course, now he's kind of planet hopping, but that was unexplored ground, so the only thing you have to go by is a couple of fucking lines from A New Hope and shit. But, like I said, he did not react to Vader being in that suit where he was like, oh, I haven't seen you in years, and you're fucking, this is what happened to you? Holy shit. He either would have known completely that he was a robot, or he would have fucking seen him at some point. Even if he maybe didn't even know he was there, maybe he was fucking spying on who the fuck knows. In my opinion, I wanted them to explore it. Where Obi-Wan, maybe he was even helping people. Like, I like the blaster shit. He's using the blaster now. It's uncivilized to him, but he's not Obi-Wan anymore at that point. He doesn't want to be any part of the Force because he knows they have Leia. He knows who Leia and Luke are. Him and Yoda shut it down completely. I would like to kind of seen him more with the struggle mentally and kind of him losing it, but the isolation getting to him, but But yeah, that's Obi-Wan. I like the last 2 episodes. I like the show so far. I've been watching that, and we've been watching The Boys. We just started the first 3 episodes of The Boys. That show is so ridiculous and over the top. I love it. And Anthony Starr is his name, the guy who plays Homelander. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play a fucking lunatic. This guy's facial expressions are fucking the best I've seen in any form of fucking medium. Like media, I should say. He's like, the facials he makes where he's like going nuts and he's holding it back and he has the speeches in this one. Of course, the one superhero shrinks himself down and jumps into a dude's dick hole and he's tickling and then he sneezes and the dude explodes. It's so ridiculous. And it's even getting more ridiculous. But yeah, they're doing the game, the kind of like the Star show, like they're trying to get new people for the 7 and stuff. You see a little bit of backstory from the original, I guess the other superhero group called Payback and Black Noirs and that, so you get some of his backstory. I know they changed that from the comic. I don't mind it. I didn't read the comics, I just read about what they were about. But he's there. Shit's going on. It's fucking crazy. It's ridiculous still, over the top, gory, and just so fucking ridiculous. Like I said, the guy who plays Homelander, I'm pretty sure it's Anthony Starr's his name. He's in Banshee, right? The show Banshee as well. My friend like bones over that show. I have to check that out. But this guy's facials, it's just like I can't recreate that. And he knows now, like, he's the shit. He has this speech where he's like, "There's no God. The only God in the sky is me." And I think he's saying to a woman that he's supposed to be talking off the ledge. Instead, he pretty much forces her to jump. I like that show. It's ridiculous. It's over the top. It's just funny. That's the kind of superhero shit I want to see now. Talk about being like, I'm so out of it with the Marvel shit. There's too much of it. I tuned out years ago. I'm not saying it's bad. I just lost interest. I watched a few little things here and there, but like the Deadpools and stuff. I like the Deadpools because it's a little more. It's R-rated. It's a little more over the top. It's got the humor in there. But I like The Boys. We like the others. My fiance's like, "Oh my god, this is just nuts." I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous." The Deep's got a fucking. He comes back to the 7, but of course, Homelander being him is like, gotta eat your buddy Timothy now. This octopus. Part of me thinks because the Deep's a piece of shit too. They're all pieces of shit. Most of the people in the 7. But I want to see if he actually redeems himself at some point because he always has taken so much shit. Like all his sea creature buddies end up biting at some point, even since the first season. But all the acting's good in this show. It's just ridiculous. Butcher they have like a pill now that makes you soup for like a day. The Butcher ends up taking that. He pukes on Huey's face at one point. And he's like, "What the fuck?" A lot going on in this season. I've enjoyed it. Like I said, it's funny. It's fucking well acted, over the top, ridiculous, very gory. It's like Evil Dead, like Sam Raimi horror movie type gore. People exploding. It's just ridiculous. The definition of that show would absolutely be ridiculous, but I do enjoy it. But now Starlight and Homelander are co-captains of the team, which at first Homelander didn't like, but now Homelander is fucking with people. He's like, and I don't want to tell everybody on live TV because they picked the one guy, Starlight's like friend from childhood, to be one of the other people in the seven. The Deep gets to come back as a second person. She's like, but we're together now, and he's like, hashtag Homelight. Because Huey like loses it. He's like, because the person he's working for is the soup that blew up everybody's heads in season 3, and he finds out that she's like that now, and he's like, he goes to to Billy Butcher. He's like, we gotta do it. He's like, you're right, we gotta do it your way. So he's back working with them, and Mother's Milk's also back as well. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, he tells her, he's like, you gotta be all in, and she's all in now. She even kisses him, like she's gonna do this charade as far as she can take it. But I like that show, and I like Obi-Wan, and I like Holy Moly. I'll say right now, for myself, I don't necessarily hate a lot of things. I may be like, I wasn't into it. I rarely hate stuff. I mean, that last Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie was pretty bad, but but yeah, that's just what I've been watching. Those 3 specifically. I probably forgot a few things. Besides, like, watching some old episodes on Tubi of the Legend of Zelda cartoon from the 80s that I used to watch before school. It was on Fridays. During the week, it was the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and then Friday was Zelda. But yeah, that's just what I've been watching. I mean, give me your opinions on the show. I got no problem if you hate Obi-Wan. I got no problem if you hate fucking The Boys. We can hate and like whatever we want. I just don't. If you don't like it enough, don't watch it anymore. That's what I do. I'm like, I'm done with it. Oh, admittedly, I should go on a Halo rant here. Halo lost me. I was giving Halo so much. The only reason I kept watching Halo is because I wanted to see more Covenant. And there was a cool battle scene at the end of the last episode of Halo, but Cortana takes over Master Chief, and also now he's acting like Master Chief normally acts. And I was completely wrong. I thought maybe he'd be out of the suit like less than half the time. He was out of the suit like 90% of the fucking time in the show. It was ridiculous. Acting was all fine. Like I said, I like the guy who's playing Master Chief. I'm hoping season 2, they go to the fucking ring, and it's like the first Halo game, or just more like Halo. Hopefully they get a better budget too, because I can understand why they can't use the Covenant much, but I gave that show so many chances, and I legitimately liked parts of that show for sure. I didn't hate all of it. I didn't even mind the Quan and Soren side stuff. I didn't mind that much. But they really just wanted Master Chief to be, people are calling him online Master Cheeks, and someone else was calling him Johnny Rings, which I thought was hilarious. Johnny Rings. I was hoping for the flood, but that didn't happen either. If they don't have the flood in the next season, just get the fuck out of here. I will tune out at that point, but I can't. I'll watch highlights of the Covenant stuff on YouTube. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've been watching. And thanks for checking this out. And have a good day.